So, good evening, respected members of the panel, my dear sisters and brothers. You are all welcome to the E-Krishi Padashala of the Center for E-Learning, Kerala. At this modern era of electronic empowerment, education and learning to any distance for any age is possible. See, education, you can give it at any age and from anywhere. See, look at that young boy. He is so confident that he does not want to bother his parents about his education. You don't have to worry about my future anymore, Mama and Papa. I have just downloaded an entire school and college education. So leave me alone, I will learn. Same case with that old farmer downloading lessons from our e-learning online courses platform. So this was a unique project run by the Center for E-Learning. We indigenously developed an online course platform link, and all the process related to the course, to the farmers, to the students, as well as to the extension workers, they were our students. The registration, the lessons, practical demos, discussion forum, assignments, project reports, and examinations, all were done online. See, we had the online registration, and we content generated highly illustrated lessons, and these were sent online. We had also designed virtual practical classes, and these were also uploaded in the platform. Then we had given them the choice for optional contact classes. Then we had also given them assignments and project work for which marks were awarded, and all these assignments and project works were done by the participants and uploaded online. And we had also given them online reference sources and videos. We had also given them links to selected YouTube videos, as well as the unique videos produced by us as part of the program. Then we had also additional online lectures and practical video clippings sent to them. We had also e-course consultancy by selected consultants. Then we had also conducted online, they had also conducted themselves online self-assessment tests, and they could know where they were standing. And we conducted, as the part of the course, spaced online examinations, and we had everything virtual supervision of all the learning process. So this was a highly unique project, and it has got a lot of impact, because in India, we believe that these were the very few instances where online courses were done to a variety of population. So we had that indigenously designed digital learning platform, 100% indigenous, and all the doubt clearance with the, were done with the consultants selected by the participants, and the doubt clearance was done through email, the mobile phone, and also the inbuilt discussion forum in the platform. The participants themselves had peer discussions through email and chat forum, and when we conducted the contact classes, those who could not attend the contact classes, they were sent the videographed practical lessons and the entire scenario of the contact classes. We had a wide range of age and educational background among our participants. We had 17 years old students up to 65-year-old students. And this could develop an e-learning culture in agriculture. Thus, we are proud to say that through this E-Krishi Padashala, we were able to connect to the disconnected, and we could reach the unreached with the formal education, and we could also teach them at their own doorstep. So we have a lot of ambition. More courses in emerging areas of agriculture are coming. We have got also programs for running courses having for e-literacy among farmers. Then we should also run courses on agriculture to school-going students, and also agripreneurs, and also farmers, agri-input dealers, self-help groups, and NGOs. And we are also ambitious enough to run the courses in more vernacular languages of India. So our experience so far has motivated us to start an array of new cutting-edge courses in emerging areas of farming and entrepreneurship. So this E-Krishi Padashala, by its concept, has got world over multiplier effect, and this is also a model. It has got the extrapolation domain wherever there is farming, and wherever there are farming enterprises, and wherever there is interest in farming. Thank you very much.
I would like to ask one question.
Yes, please, sir.
Do you use vernacular language for this online courses?
No,
or?
the first 3 courses we just completed, it was in simple English. Now the same courses are going to come up in our local language, Malayalam. And the next step is we want to select major Indian languages and to run the same content in their own languages so that everybody in India and even outside, we have got even global participants, Indians are working outside, and the certificate is given by the Kerala Agricultural University.
Do you charge anything or? If you
3,000
charge-
rupees for a 6 months certificate course, including all these.
Okay. And if this content is also available offline? Because sometimes you
yeah.
don't get time during the.
Yeah, participants
participation.
has already been sent the offline, but only towards the end of the program. Otherwise, they will never come to an internet cafe and do it. So once the course was over, and when the final exam was over, the entire text was sent to them in a DVD.
So how many students you can do at the moment?
Any number of students we can do. At present, we are having 300 and odd students in the first batch.
I have a question.
Please.
Yeah, you please
Okay, yeah. The language is a big issue because I suppose target audience, the stakeholders are students or farmers. So you ought to have this in Malayalam.
Yeah, the same content
not
is
in
translated
English.
into
Of course,
Malayalam.
I agree that Kerala is a literate state, but courses in Malayalam makes better sense because this is an agriculture course.
Yeah.
And I don't think even if it is in simple English, it can be understood, number one. And the second issue is what are the educational inputs, material that was provided? Was it just printed notes which is passed on as online, open learning? in
Okay,
course?
two wonderful questions. I would like to answer, and I also derive motivation from your question. Because the first batch, we developed the entire course. So we had run 3 courses: online, organic agricultural management, then landscaping and plant propagation, also processing and marketing, post-harvest management. So all these 3 courses in the beginning, we developed the content in English. Now our Malayalam translation is already on, and the next batch, immediately after our reaching there, we have already announced the Malayalam courses because there was demands, as you said. So the entire program has been translated into Malayalam. For us, converting it into Malayalam and using the Unicode font and finding a very comfortable font was not at all difficult because we have already done that. Now another thing is that apart from the text, we have illustrations. We also have prepared small video clippings, and along with the lessons, we attach these video clippings, and some of the bigger clippings which they cannot download, we just suggest them suitable YouTube programs. So we scan the entire YouTube programs in agricultural science, methodology, practicals, everything. So there is no dearth of images, no dearth of photographs, there is no dearth of life-throbbing video clippings. So with all these multimedia, they are learning their lessons.
Okay, now the last question here.
I'd like to ask about the uniqueness or you're saying uniqueness and impact. Definitely there's an impact. But if we look at the NIIP program, component 1, there is a specific e-learning component that funds such projects. Is this part of that?
No, we started it as not a NAIP, we had an RKVY project just run for 2 years, and within that 2 years we developed all this. Now we are continuing on our own. It is on a self-sustaining manner because we are getting 3,000 rupees from one participant, and in that way the courses are highly self-sustaining.
Thank you very much. I think we'll have to get in on time because 4 more.
So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, Farmers Advisory, NIC.